Blessings, y'all. I wanted to get on here and talk about an interview I seen with Rufus on Born Again Israelites. He was asking him a bunch of questions. And I don't know, you ever hear of saving face? Because that's what, to me, is what he's doing. Why do you think all these people are asking you the same question, Rufus? Or all the same questions? This is directed towards you, Rufus. You're telling me you were there 14 years and you don't know nothing. I don't believe that. You sidestep the answers or questions, pretending because, or saying because you didn't live there, you don't know what's going on. You don't get in another man's business. You didn't have no problem getting in mine. Because if you don't know anything, how come you knew that my wife didn't want to go? Huh? How did you know that? How did you know to ask when I told you I was leaving? Me and my family were leaving. How did you know to say, well, Dow's going to want to know what she has to say about that? What does the Bible have to say about that, huh? Weren't you guys supposed to tell her to come with me? That's exactly what you guys were supposed to do. But that's not what happened. Because out of your mouth, from what I heard you say, I was going to go back to the world and do drugs. Really? I quit drugs when I was 25, Rufus. How old was I when I got to Straightway? A hell of a lot older than that. So what drugs was I going to go do since you're running your mouth about me about drugs? You don't know anything, but you knew I was going to go back and do drugs, apparently. You know everybody there treats that man like modern day Moses. Everybody does. And so did you. You got to treat that man like God. And you did too. So don't act like you didn't. And you know dang well you would still be there if Dow would let you. You can tell by what you say and your actions. When people ask you questions and how you sidestep the answers, like you didn't know, how many times did Ringo TV Reacts ask what happened to my wife after I left? You knew what happened to her. You're telling me you didn't know what happened to her. She was under your authority after I left. You're telling me you didn't know what happened to my wife. You didn't want to answer because you knew what happened. You knew she went back, and you knew she went to Becker too. But you didn't answer any of that. I see the stuff that you answered. You answered the stuff that made you look better. But the stuff that you knew, you didn't answer. You didn't answer none of it. It's called saving face, buddy. Not being accountable. You're telling me you've heard stuff from the second, third, and fourth people down, and you didn't know nothing? All these people coming to you saying stuff, but you didn't know nothing because you didn't see it. No, that's because you chose to ignore it. That's what that is. You chose to ignore it. You just don't want to be accountable. It's called being a coward. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is being a coward. Because you don't want to lose what you got going on down there and the people that are helping you out. That's exactly why. You can tell. And all these interviews I've seen and videos from Ringo Reacts and all these people that New Breed, every comment that I seen you make was just to make you justify your actions or pretend you didn't know anything. That's a straight out lie. We all see it. We all see the stuff. Everybody there seen it. Why do you think so many people went to you and told you about it? If no one's seen it, how come all these people are saying stuff? No, because you're choosing to ignore it. That's what you did. Because God, Dao is Moses. He's God. He can't do no wrong. Just like getting them massages. We all know that happened in private too. We all know that, and so did you. They got called down to his house. You're telling me you didn't know that? Okay. You say what you want, but I know better. I know the answers. I know the answers. Just like how I knew you knew what happened to my wife. And you sat there. Ringo asked 3 times on that live stream. And you all you said was she left. No, she didn't. That's not true at all. Yeah, eventually, because she couldn't handle it. She didn't like it. She was disgusted by it. That's why she left. Because she was basically manipulated into freaking being with Becker. And you're telling me you didn't know none of that. Whatever. You just sit there and keep telling your little stories, buddy. Just like me being on drugs. Yeah. And if you were so concerned about me when I moved back to Georgia, how come you never came up to me? How come you never came to help me? Huh? Isn't that what a brother's supposed to do? Since you guys knew I was leaving and knew I was checked out, you never came to me and said anything since you acting like you were so concerned about me. You never once, ever came to me and tried to be a brother to me. Not one time. Because you agree with Dow. You're just like I said, you would still be there if he would let you. You can tell by what you say and how you answer people. We all see it. Everybody. Why do you think you keep hearing all the same questions to you? Because we can all see it. You're still under that influence or you agree with it all. Either way, it's all bullshit. It's a cult, bro. Admit it. You were in a cult. And are you trying to start one yourself? Because that's what that is, especially if you doing the same way Dow's doing it. It's a cult, man. But I understand. It's paying your bills. You and your 4 wives. Hey, go ahead. Take all many as you want, buddy. Take as many as you want. That's on you. I don't really care about it. Not for me. And I'm not saying, hey, it's whatever. Y'all believe what you want, man. I don't care. Um, I'd love to hear what your wife's got to say about all that, though. How insecure they feel about it. Because I guarantee you they did. Just like Sister Carol did when Dow took on Nellie. I sat there and watched Sister Carol freaking bawl her eyes out Sabbath after Sabbath over it. And I sat there and heard freaking Dow run his mouth one day about it. And he goes, good, she needs to get rid of that spirit. That's a spirit? Yeah, from you guys. Lustful. Lustful. Do your thing, bro. And keep my name out your mouth. Because we ain't cool no more. Don't contact me. Don't message me. Because I don't want to hear nothing from you, man. I'm too busy doing drugs. Remember that, okay? And you can't even be accountable. You're worried about me. Worry about you. And all these questions that you can't answer. I can answer them. Put me on an interview. I'll answer everything people got to say or ask me. I'm not scared. Did I do stuff I shouldn't have done? Yep. Will I admit to it? Yep. I wasn't no elder though, buddy. You were. You got a lot more accountability about than I do because you were, just like you said, you're pastor's right hand man going to all these people right underneath him, telling them people the same bull crap and the same lies. So you just keep doing it, buddy. Keep doing it. Because God ain't at that place. I don't care what you say. God don't treat people like shit, like slaves and like dirt, and sit there and talk about everybody through that whole ministry. That ministry is nothing but gossip. It's gossip. That's all he does is gossip about everything. And you're sitting there telling me you don't know nothing? Okay, buddy. Okay, I believe that. No, I don't believe any of that. Like I said, we ain't cool. I'm too busy doing drugs. That's freaking pathetic to sit there and say that about me. Pathetic. When you can't even be accountable for the stuff you did, you want to bring up me to try to bash me down because you knew I was leaving all that time. You knew I was leaving and you never even came to say nothing to me. Except what Dow told you to tell me. Run me down more and beat me up. I didn't grow in that ministry because none of you guys were brothers in that ministry. How about that, buddy? That's pathetic. You weren't no brother to me. We ain't brothers now. We ain't nothing. We ain't nothing. Nah. It's all about saving face with you. That's what all this stuff is about with you. Why you going on these interviews and all that? Acting like you didn't know nothing. That's a flat out lie. I don't care. I'm calling you out. That's a lie. You didn't know anything. Nah. You don't want to be accountable. And you can see it in your actions. And so can everybody else. Everybody can see it. You know how many people have messaged me and said, Rufus don't seem like he's he's really sorry for anything or anything. I was like, he ain't. You can see it by his actions. Multiple people have messaged me and said the same thing about it. So it's just not me. It's just not me. And next time, don't give somebody money if you're going to sit there and go blast it. The first thing Ringo reacts. We talked about it on the phone that day. We knew it was going to air that evening. So you sat there and begged to give me that money so you could run and go tell? That's the first thing you did in the comments. They even blasted you for saying something about it. That you lost your blessing. It wasn't no blessing. You were doing that to save face. You should have kept it. I didn't want that. I didn't need it like that because it didn't come from your heart, man. That's phony and fake, and I don't want nothing to do with it. Nah, nothing. What sense? I heard that comment about me. I had to come on here and say a little something about you since we want to talk about each other. Let's talk. Yeah, I think that's all I really got to say. Like I said, don't contact me. We ain't cool.